Shalom. First and foremost, before I begin this lesson, giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Waharach HaKodash. Double honors go out to the apostles, elders, great millstone, who and teach well. Shalom wa barakim to you brothers and sisters out there. Alright. Just want to make sure the mic was on. This is a lesson I wanted to briefly touch on. Basically going into having the willingness to die. All right, now, being believers of Yahweh Bashmel Shai, we understand first of all how death works. Right, we understand that when you die, whether you're righteous or wicked, whether you're a heathen or an Israelite, you're going to go to the spirit realm. All right, which is basically kind of like being asleep in a way. You just you're at rest until your next carnation. All right, we also know as believers of the gospel that according to Revelations 12:12, Esau, Edom, the elite banker families, primarily, the so-called Illuminati, but the nation of Edom, the so-called white man, is going to come down with great wrath. Scriptures say, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right, the elites, they're going to really put their New World Order agenda into hyper gear. All right, and they understand that the prophets are, especially the prophets, but the believers as a whole, the men and the women and the children who believe, but especially the prophets teaching the word, they're a threat. So they need to be eradicated. All right, and we understand that as believers of Yahushua, as Yahushua said, the servant is not greater than his master. And pursuant to Revelations 20:4, some of us will have to die as martyrs. Okay, so this lesson, I just want to kind of, be exhorting. I'm going to bring out a few scriptures. We understand that, a good portion of the elect are, I would say, most of the elect are going to get beamed up. But there is going to be members who have to die. All right, but all the members of the elect, which first and foremost, Yahweh we are of the elect, Tawadi Bashmel Shai, for even giving us a chance to pursue, the path of the straight gate. All right, many don't. All right, it's a blessing just to be called. All right, but Yahweh we're chosen. But all the elect will have the willingness to die, to give their life, all right, for it is truth. All right, like it says in Romans 15:4, these things were written aforetime for our learning. All right, so we look throughout the Bible, and there is countless examples of Israelites who suffered for Yahweh Bashmel Shai, and some that were, many rather, that were put to death. All right, the latter end of Hebrews 11 speaks about how the prophets, many prophets died, terrible deaths. All right, but it was all for the sake of Yahweh Bashmel Shai, and their reward follows them. Their works follow them. All right, they're going to be rewarded for that. You don't just die for the Lord and then the Lord's just like, all right, cool. No, you're going to be rewarded for that. All right, the Lord is pleased with your dedication to Him. All right, Yahweh Shai said there's no greater love than a man lay down his life for his friends. You see, so sacrificing yourself for Yahweh Bashmel Shai and for the elect's sake, that's one of the greatest ways you can show that you really do believe and you really do love Yahweh Bashmel Shai and the Akim Wath out there. You see, because us making these videos and going out to camp, we're putting a target on our back. We're presenting our bodies as a living sacrifice, and any given minute, Esau can kick your door down and grab you up because of that, and then put you to death. All right, but there's no greater love. You say if we have to be put into a guillotine or be tortured or whatever, Yahweh has other spirits on us to endure it. All right, let me go ahead and get this Sirach. It's the first one that comes to mind. Sirach chapter 4, verse 28. And then there's also a quote. Salaki, I'm not too certain who gave the quote, but a man who doesn't stand for something will fall for anything. All right, so you have to be 10 toes down for this truth. Because if you're not fully persuaded, then to be completely honest, you're most likely going to take that chip. All right, if you're not fully persuaded that this is the truth and that this is what you're going to dedicate yourself to for the rest of eternity, then you're going to end up folding. Okay? You need to be certain. You need to, and that's why the scriptures say you can't serve two masters. So you gotta choose. All right, and time is running out. Do you want to serve the world? Do you want to serve Satan? Do you want to serve Esau, Edom? Do you want to serve your own belly, or do you want to serve the Lord? Okay, remember, we entered into a covenant with the Lord. And the bottom line is, would you rather die a martyr, or not even guaranteed, but a possibility that you'll die a martyr, or would you rather die from destruction, from Yahweh Shema Shah destroying you for not following him? Right? You don't really have much of an option. Right? You might as well die for the righteous cause. Sirach 4:28. Because it's not like you going, okay, I'm going to leave the truth and take the chip and I'm going to be good. Yeah, you're going to be good for a couple months and then you're going to be destroyed by that nuclear destruction. You're going to be Sarah Connor. All right? You're going to be Zechariah 14:12. All right? Sirach or Ecclesiastes 4:28. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. All right, so you got to continue to press toward that mark no matter what. Carry your cross. Yahweh said, if you can't carry your cross and forsake all these things, your father, your mother, your brethren, your houses, etc., your children, not of course you don't literally forsake your children, but it's saying in the sense of, if you can't put me first above all these things, then you can't be my disciple. If you can't endure chastisement and continue to fight and never give up, an undying spirit, then you can't be my disciple. Okay? We need to continue to endure, and it's only going to get harder, but we're going to get stronger. All right, so keep that in mind. Don't back down. Don't be discontented, if that's the right word. Let me look it up real quick. Dissatisfied, especially with one's circumstances. Well, don't be disenchanted, about the future to come. All right, don't allow that to make you shrivel up. All right, if you gotta die, it's already written. All right, you can't run from that. But we're not to fear, like the scriptures say. Let me get this in Matthew 10:28. And this in red, meaning Yahweh spoke these words. And what greater example, right? Yahweh gave his life. He was crucified. That's one of the worst ways you can possibly die. That's straight torment. That's excruciating. But yet Yahweh did it for you. But you can't do it for him. You can't have your head chopped off and an AI guillotine for him. But he was crucified for you, right? What kind of trade is that, man? Matthew 10:28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. So don't fear the hands of men. Don't fear Esau, Edom. All he can do is kill you one time, and then you're going to be in the spirit realm. But Yahweh Shema Shai can do much worse. You see, and then also keep in mind, if you believe in reincarnation, right? So you've already died, and not every one of your deaths, you died of old age, man. The last life you lived, you could have died a terrible death. So what is it to die one more time? And for righteousness, all right, you just got to die one more time. It's not a big deal. All right, once it's over, you're going to be glad you did it. You're going to forget about it. It's going to be a thing of the past. It's going to be so light compared to what you're going to receive for maintaining your crown, for continuing to fight, even in the face of death, right? And it's not even guaranteed that you're going to die. You might get put into a situation like that, and the Lord might just be testing your faith, and you get delivered. The guillotine might come down on your neck, and it breaks because the Lord turned your skin into damn near indestructible iron or something. Put a shell around you, or an angel teleports you out of it. Who knows? Okay? But even if it comes down and it takes your head clean off, guess what? Now you're with the Yahweh Shema Shai. All right? Yahweh Shai is gonna refer to you as as a good and faithful servant. You're going to get that crown placed upon your head, definitely, because you died for the truth. You see? It's an honorable thing to go out for Yahweh Shemel Shai. It's an honorable thing to go out maintaining your integrity and not conforming to the ways of this beast. All right, read 2 Maccabees, the 7th chapter and the 6th chapter. Okay? But you got to be willing to give your life for this thing. That's what it comes down to. You got to be willing to give your life. Matter of fact, let me get this. Oh, look at that. Same chapter. Matthew 10:39. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. You see? 38. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. So, look, don't seek to save your life. If you're going to be put to death, then just accept your fate, and of course it's easier said than done, but with gratitude. Look, Yahweh Shemel Shai found me worthy to die for him. Not everybody gets that opportunity, That's an honorable thing. Look, man, listen here, right? Isaiah the prophet, it is recorded, outside sources from the Bible, it's recorded that Isaiah the prophet was sawn asunder. They took a saw and sawed this man from his groin. All right, they hung him upside down and they sawed him from his groin all the way down. Okay? But guess what? He was rewarded for that. He didn't back down. All right? And these men that we read about, these are our forefathers. You can't be out there, talking about persecution, all this, and then when it comes, you want to fold. No. All right, you got to stand true. You got the scriptures say, James 1:22, you got to be a doer of the word. All right? So you can't be over here. You expect the the brothers in your camp to die for the Lord if it comes to that, but you're like, well, I don't know. You're wishy-washy. No, everybody's got to be willing to do it. Okay? Everybody. Because you don't know what your end is. You don't know. Yahweh said he declared the end from the beginning. He knows exactly what's going to happen to you. You don't. You don't know if you're going to get beamed up. You don't know if you're going to get tortured. You don't know if you're going to be a martyr. You don't know if you're going to fall out. Okay? At least once your head gets chopped off in the guillotine for being faithful, you don't have to worry about having the spirit taken from you no more. You finished your course. Your crown is already laid up for you. You're set. You see? If you're still on the earth, of course it's another day to serve the Lord. It's another day that you have the truth, but how do you know tomorrow you're going to have it? You see? You don't know that. You don't know that. All your troubles and sorrows are going to be over once you go to the spirit realm. You're not going to have to worry about that no more. You see? Because there might be a man out there that he doesn't face death, but he ends up folding. There's going to be so many different situations and scenarios that's going to go on, and that's why the scriptures say, Philippians 2:12, work out your own salvation. You see? But you don't know what the future beholds. So if you're gonna face death, just like the Lord said, gird up your loins like a man. Look, this is it. Okay, my head's in the guillotine. I got 5 minutes or less, and then I get my crown. You see, you don't have to worry. All right, scriptures say Micah 2. Now we're not suicidal. All right, don't be a fool, But Micah 2:10, this ain't our rest. And the scriptures talk about how it's going to be the worst time of all time. So is it really such a bad thing that you're being taken off the earth? Is it really such a bad thing that your spirit is going to leave the chains of darkness? No, it's not. All right, because the elect, every member of the elect is looking forward to getting out of these bodies, right or wrong. And the Lord said that we're going to receive new bodies. He never said how you were going to receive it. You see, there was no fine print that said, oh, you're guaranteed going to be beamed up. That wasn't guaranteed. You were promised a heart of flesh. You were promised a kingdom. You were promised, joint heirs if you endure. Nobody said you were guaranteed going to get beamed up. You might die. Okay? But you're supposed to count it joy. I'm going to get this Revelations 2 in verse 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer, because all of us are going to suffer at the end of the day. Whether you're being put to death or not, you're going to have brothers that are tortured. You're going to have brothers that are thrown in prison, FEMA camps. You're going to have brothers that, they're going to go days without food. You might see all their family members die. Everybody's story is going to be different. Okay? But everybody needs to be willing to have their story ending with their head off their body. It says, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison that ye may be tried. That's what it's all about, being tried. All right? The Lord is trying to get rid of your impurities. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. You see? Now, it doesn't mean lose faith, because you might be in a moment where you're facing death, and it might not be written like that. You might get spiritual power, or a brother with spiritual power might save you, or, whatever the case may be. But we all have to be willing. All right, that's what it comes down to. Okay? And, through the scriptures, we have hope, and there's many scriptures that go into not fearing what men can do and putting your trust in Yahweh Shemel Shai. I don't need to bring them all out, because at the end of the day, whether it's, 5 scriptures that you heard or 1 million, you need to work on your mind. Okay? You need to work on your mind, because you're going to have people in that day that they know the whole Bible in and out, but they don't really believe, or they're not fully persuaded, or they're not really rooted. They don't really care like that. And then you're going to have somebody out there that, guess what? They know 10 scriptures, but they're applying them, and they're willing to die for it. You see? So it's about more than just knowing all the scriptures about facing death and about fearing the Lord, and you need to apply all these things. Okay? Like brothers always say, this is bigger than you. It's not about you, man. It's not about you receiving glory. All right? And like Apostle Gabar was saying, Yahweh Shai needs to receive his exaltation on the earth, and in a beginning stage of that is men dying for him. You look at it from the enemy's view. You got a group of men right here that are taking lashes and willing to be put into a torture room or be crucified or have their heads chopped off or whatever for Yahweh B'Shem Shai. These men really believe that their God truly has power, and his only begotten Son is his reputation is growing on the earth to the point where his men, look at his men are willing to lay their lives down for him. Let's see how many Christians are going to die for Jesus Christ in that day. None. But how many men are going to die for Yahweh B'Shem Shai? How many men are going to stand bold in the face of adversity? Proverbs 28:1. The righteous are as bold as a lion. The Lord is going to put a spirit on you to endure whatever it is. All right, so I don't want to go on and on. Basically what I'm trying to say, long story short, is I believe the point was made, and at the end of the day, either you're gonna walk away from this lesson, comforted in the spirit, and more eager to finish the course no matter what the end of it is, or you're not. And I could bring out, more scriptures, but that's all on you. Read the accounts. Read the different accounts, especially 2 Maccabees 7. A mother and her 7 sons. All right? So, Lord willing that this lesson was edifying. Before I close, giving all praise to Yahweh Shema Shai. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and brothers. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations and shalom to you brothers out there, who believe, and you Akwath as well. Shalom lahabakarim. Call Allah Yahweh Shema Shai. Shalom.